In the kingdom of Valterkunta, a few miles from Dorpstad, lies Mount Hora, whose peak is so high it's shrouded by clouds. Old tales tell of a small glass tower at the top of the mountain. In this tower lives the Stargazer, an old wizard who can harness the power of the stars to peer into the future, perform powerful magic and even grant wishes. Many have tried to scale the mountain, to seek the Stargazer. However, this is not a simple task. No man has ever reached the top, nor has anyone ever returned from their attempt. But what if there was another way to reach the Tower of Glass? What if, hypothetically speaking, there was a secret passage through the mountain that would lead to the tower? Would you, as an all-powerful but rather introvert wizard, want everyone to know about this secret shortcut? Of course not. You keep its location secret. But just in case, you write it down on a small piece of paper in case you get lost. Then, you accidentally use said piece of paper as a bookmark for your book that you got from a local library, which, upon returning it, gets shipped overseas and ends up in the hands of a young woman. Pegbarian was born and raised in the small village of Mura, on Insel Island. Her father, an unusually small giant, was a blacksmith, who earned fame across the Isle for using his fists instead of a smithing hammer. Her mother, an unusually large halfling, was a renowned leather worker who created top-quality equipment from the hides of wild, ferocious animals she wrestled daily. Even though Peggy did inherit her parents' remarkable strength, she was more interested in science, alchemy in particular. Peggy didn't have many friends as a child, except for a battle axe she got from her father for her 5th birthday. Peggy and her battle axe were inseparable. She even gave it a name: Sword. 8 years ago, on an autumn night, disaster struck the village. It was attacked by a horde of vicious goats? They came out of nowhere, hundreds and hundreds of goats, ramming fences, eating carpets and bleating fiercely, all with a cold, vacant stare in their eyes. Peggy and her parents managed to drive the savage herd out of the village after a night of punching, wrestling and kicking until the bellowing stopped. While the damage to the village wasn't even close to critical, the people of Mura forever held a grudge against any animal of the bovid variety. During puberty, Peggy developed an interest in necromancy. Her parents weren't really keen on her daughter bringing Mr. Twinkles back to life 3 times a month, but were convinced it was just a phase she was going through. Peggy became an apprentice of a local alchemist, Erlen. One day, Erlen asked Peggy to fetch a book from a library, which he had ordered a few months ago. When she opened the book, a small piece of paper fell out, containing the whereabouts of the Tower of Glass, home of the fabled Stargazer. This is it, she thought. This will definitely complete my life's goal. The Stargazer, he can bring Sword to life.
Here we are at last, the town of Dorpstad. It's a little smaller than I... Oh look, sword, it's Mount Hora. Wow, look at the size of it. Looks like it's going to be a tough trip. Let's buy some supplies from the market square. Let's see, what do we have here? We have clothing, armor, weapons, tomes and artifacts, alchemy supplies, that guy, and travel accessories. Now, I don't know what we're going to find once we're inside, so I'd better prepare for anything. I only have 12 gold pieces, so my choices are limited. Or perhaps there are other ways to get what I need?